Hello and welcome to Back to the Ballpark with the Washington Wild Things, presented by Back to the Bird. Our fifth guest is from Oakland, PA, where he played for Norwin High School. He then went on to play collegiately for Xavier University and was drafted in the 9th round of the 2010 MLB draft by the Houston Astros. Now he is the elder statesman of the Wild Things. Please welcome Tom Shirley. Tom, how we doing?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem, man. So I'm just gonna get right into it. What's your first baseball memory?
First baseball memory, probably when I was like 7 years old. I can't remember. It was a little park outside, but I actually wasn't too good of a player back then. I was actually right-handed, and I'm a lefty.
Yeah,
And I remember I was like picking flowers in the outfield.
that's awesome. That's
Pregame.
it's more reasonable that you say 7 years old because a lot of the guys were saying, "Oh yeah, when I was like 5," and it's like I don't remember anything when I was 5 years old playing t-ball. So seven's a little more reasonable.
Yeah.
So growing up, who were some of your favorite players? I mean, you had the Pirates who were decent, but obviously as we grew older, they got worse and worse.
Yeah. That's right on that. I definitely started playing because of Ken Griffey Jr. I remember I saw him on a magazine cover in a baseball card store, and that's the reason why I started playing. So he's definitely number one. Uh, Probably maybe like Chipper Jones, Tom Glavine, number two, because I'd watch him on TBS, the Braves.
Yeah.
So probably like Griffey, Chipper, Tom Glavine, A-Rod, them type of guys.
Yeah, man. Chipper's one of my favorites too.
Yeah, yeah, my brother's favorite.
Awesome. So what was your first Wild Things game? Was it as a player or was it as a fan?
No, it was as a fan. I think I was in like Little League at the time. I remember our whole team went to a game there, and we sat in like the grass slope. I think it's in like third base side or something like that. And we got autographs after the game.
What's your favorite Whippeal baseball memory playing for Norman High School?
Definitely, I threw a no hitter my junior year, and that was a lot of fun.
Nice. That we got two pitchers on the Wild Things pitching staff that have thrown no hitters in
Okay, yeah,
Whippeal play. So that's pretty great to know as a fan.
yeah. I had a no hitter, and I remember it was the last out, and and the third baseman made an error, and so I had to strike out the next guy. But I think I had like 17 strikeouts in the game.
So basically, you almost had a perfect game, and that guy screwed it up.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, now let's get into you played collegiately at Xavier. What went into that decision to go there?
At the Whippeal Showcase, which was actually at Washington and Jefferson, right next door to the Wild Things, uh, they saw me there, and it was the first official visit I took, and I just fell in love with it
Awesome,
and
awesome.
committed there. For it was my first visit. I had a pretty good amount of offers from some really good schools, but I committed there and stuck with them, and I'm glad I did.
Nice. Anything special from that experience that you remember that sticks out?
Uh, I just remember whenever I went there for the first visit, like how big the buildings were, and it's like an older, nice campus,
Yeah.
and the just all the buildings were really nice and old, and just the way the field looked. The campus was like right behind the field, so the skyline was perfect on it.
Awesome. Was it similar to PNC Park skyline?
A little different, more of a maybe miniature type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then, at the end of your collegiate career, you get drafted by the Astros. What was that experience like?
Yeah, that was awesome. I got drafted my junior year. I left school early, and that was definitely my goal ever since I started playing baseball. My dream for sure, and just really excited and signed with the Astros and started my journey then.
Yeah, so now tell us about that journey playing in the minors and what all that was like to be part of an MLB organization.
Yeah, actually, my first 30 pro innings that were scoreless, so I started off really well. Um, and yeah, I mean, it was a whirlwind. It was crazy. Got all the way up to AAA. Played in the Major League Spring Training. Faced some great hitters. faced Miguel Cabrera. One of my teammates told me he faced the best hitter of all time after I played him in spring training. I think Babe Ruth is best hitter, but actually she went 0 for 4 against me. I struck him out twice. Struck Ben Zobrist out 3 times in a game, World Series MVP. Struck out Corey Seager, World Series MVP. So I've faced a lot of guys that are in the major leagues right now and played with and against, a ton of them. So
Hey, this is music to the ears of any Wild Things fan out there. I'm just gonna let you know that. So tell us, what are you gonna take from that college experience and that minor league experience and the spring training experience? What are you gonna bring from that to the Wild Things this coming season?
Just all that experience. You can't quantify it really. It's just something that you learn with time playing that long. And it just the little things, just my work ethic, the way I go about my business, how I can help teammates, how I can learn to get better, as I'm obviously still trying to reach my final goal. Just everything adds in. I mean, from college, just my college coach made us work so hard, and I learned from that, and just from the pro experience with the Astros and Tigers and the minors, just playing with guys like Carlos Correa and lots of big time ML major league players, how they play and how everyone does in the minor leagues. So
Yeah, now you said you're still trying to meet your final goal. What is that specifically?
playing the major leagues. Yep.
That's kind of what I thought, but I figured I'd get the answer from you.
Yeah.
All right, now before we get out of here, let's play a little game of this or that. It's going to be a few like Pittsburgh things, a few ballpark things. So let's get right into it. My first question is going to be Permane Brothers or Pepe's?
Permane Brothers.
I'm right there with you, man. And I think everybody else that played this game also picked Permane's.
That's
Pepe's,
probably
though, I'll say Pepe's is underrated.
Yeah, it's pretty good. But I like Permane's actually. I actually like the bread the most out of anything on the sandwich, which is weird, I guess. But
it's an interesting perspective, but I respect it. All right, moving on. Do you prefer a wood bat or a metal bat?
Wood bat. I don't know. Wood bat, I guess. But yeah, wood bat. I have 2 pro bats, a double and a walk. So yeah, I'll go old school wood bat. Yeah.
Okay, now which do you prefer to pitch to?
Wood bat for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can get in on their hands, crack their bat, and get an easy ground ball.
Absolutely.
Not a single.
Now, do you prefer craft beer or light beer?
Neither. I'm just a Gatorade water and root beer guy.
Hey, music to our ears, man. As Wild Things fans. All right. Now, when you're at the ballpark watching a game, do you prefer to be eating a hot dog or eating a hamburger?
Hot dog. Yeah. And I used to
giving all the right answers.
I used to just go ketchup on it, but now I go ketchup and mustard, actually.
There you go. Got to change it up a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. Now we're going to get a little bit into the movie side. I don't know how much you are into pop culture, but are you a Marvel fan or a DC fan?
DC, Batman for sure. Batman, Spider-Man. I like Wolverine for Marvel, but Batman's one of the biggest Batman fans out there. I read the comics, know everything about it.
That's awesome. All right. Yeah. And last question, do you prefer a night at the ballpark or watching a game on TV?
Definitely at the ballpark for sure. Definitely. I remember when I would go to the game as a kid. I mean, I'd watch them in between innings, warming up, just trying to find little things that I could try when I play, but for sure at the ballpark.
Awesome.
Looking at PNC Park skyline.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any words for the Wild Things fans before the season starts?
I just know how passionate they are, and I'm sure that we're going to have a great team. And I'm sure we'll make the playoffs and probably have a pretty good run in the playoffs. So I would just tell them to get ready for a lot of fun.
Awesome, man. Well, Tom, thanks for joining us, and can't wait to see you back at the ballpark, man.
Thanks for having me. It was a lot of fun.